Hi everyone! In this video we will factor binomials that follow the pattern of a sum or difference of cubes. Factor 216b cubed plus c cubed. Here we have a sum because it is an addition sign. There are three options when we have a factoring of binomials. We can have a difference of squares, a difference of cubes, or a sum of cubes. We cannot have a sum of squares. Because this is addition, we hope this follows the pattern of a sum of cubes. So the first thing we need to do is see first. Always look for the greatest common factor. Between these two terms, nothing's in common, so I can move to the next, which is following a pattern. In this case, we've already decided that it needs to follow a sum of cubes. So we're going to see if I can cube root the first term and cube root the second term. And if I can, then it follows either the sum of cubes or it can't be factored. So we're going to look at 216b cubed and make sure all of that's underneath. The cube root of 216 is 6, and the cube root of b cubed is b, so the first one is a perfect cube. Now let's find the cube root of c cubed, which is c. This means that I have a cube plus a cube, which is a sum of cubes, and it follows a pattern of factoring into a binomial and a trinomial. So we factor this by finding the cube root of the first one, and this goes into the first term of the binomial, and then we do the cube root of the second term, which goes into the second term of the first binomial. So we take the cube root of 216b cubed, which we found is 6b, and the cube root of c cubed, which is c, and we'll fill in all of the signs afterwards. Now let's go ahead and fill in the trinomial. We square the first term, 6b, squared for the first term of the trinomial, which gives us 36b squared. Then we will multiply the two terms together for the cube roots, so we get 6 times b times c. Putting those in alphabetical order, we get 6bc. And then for our final term, we take the second one, c, and we square it, which gives us c squared for our final term in the trinomial. Then we follow the pattern for all of the signs. This is soap. This helps us remember that the sign for the first one is the same as the binomial from the problem. Since our binomial is positive, this one needs to be the same. Then the second one is opposite. So the second term, or the second sign, needs to be the opposite of the first, which will be subtraction. And then the last one will be always positive, which means this will be a plus sign. And now we have factored our sum of cubes into our binomial and trinomial, and we can check this by multiplying everything in the binomial to everything in the trinomial to see if we get the original problem. That's a good practice and good option. However, I won't be spending the time in this video to go ahead and multiply those together. So if you want to try it on your own, you will end up getting our original here, and we're all done. This is our answer of the factored sum of cubes, and we're finished.